They made you laugh, cry, and fall in love in true beauty. But what happened to Cha Eun-woo, Moon Ga-young, and Hwang In-yup after the drama ended? In this video, you'll discover where the protagonists are now and what's changed in their lives up to July 2025. Get ready because there are some things here that will surprise you. After shining as the protagonist of True Beauty, Moon Ga-young never stopped. Back when the drama aired in 2020, many people already said she had something different, a presence that stayed with you, a gaze that said more than the script, and those who bet on her hit the jackpot. Right after True Beauty's success, she dove into new projects, and all of them showed that Ga-young wasn't there to play at being an actress. In 2022, she took on a challenging role in Link, Eat, Love, Kill, where she played a character marked by past traumas. Critics praised her emotional delivery, and it became clear she was seeking to move away from the perfect girl image. But it was in 2023 that she really became the talk of acting specialists. Ga-young starred in The Interest of Love, a more mature story set in a bank, where her character was full of layers. The series wasn't a ratings hit, but her performance was flawless, so much so that she earned a nomination for Best Actress at the Baeksang Arts Awards that year. After that, she took a brief break. In 2024, she didn't appear in any television productions, and many people thought she was just resting or being more selective with projects. But the truth is that Moon Ga-young was negotiating, and not with just anyone. She was dealing with producers from Korea, the United States, and Europe. Yes, she was building her path to the international market. Now in 2025, Moon Ga-young returns in grand style with the drama My Beloved Nemesis, a fantasy and mystery production that premiered in late January. Alongside Choi Hyun-wook, she plays an archaeologist who uncovers secrets linked to an ancient civilization and a legendary creature hidden beneath the sea. The drama was one of the major events of the first half of the year. Critics praised her commitment to the role, and according to Korean press sources, the character was reportedly written specifically for her. But the most surprising news came right after. In March 2025, Deadline revealed that Moon Ga-young is officially involved in a pilot project for a miniseries produced by a North American studio, the same one behind hits like Euphoria and The Idol. The project is still in its initial phase, but she's reportedly being considered to play a Korean exchange student who gets involved in a scandal within an elite school in New York. The director is a German filmmaker who won awards at Cannes. This possible step into Hollywood is the talk of the moment among fans, and the timing couldn't be better. The actress is at a point in her career where she has plenty of recognition in Korea, but still maintains a clean, fresh, and sophisticated image, something that charms international audiences. And it's not just talent she has. Ga-young speaks fluent German, English, and Korean, which makes this international leap even easier. And it doesn't stop there. In July 2025, Moon Ga-young premiered The Drama Law and the City, a contemporary legal drama set in Seoul that mixes criminal law, corporate power, and moral dilemmas. She plays an ambitious lawyer who faces one of Korea's biggest legal scandals while trying to maintain her integrity amid political pressure and betrayals within her own firm. Moon's intense and mature performance has been widely praised, and many critics point to this as one of the strongest roles of her career so far. In her personal life, she continues to maintain complete discretion. She's never been involved in scandals and avoids exposing her life outside the screens as much as possible. In recent interviews, she only commented that her total focus has been on work and that she prefers to live romances with her feet on the ground. She also got involved in social causes in 2024, donating to institutions focused on mental health and discreetly participating in anti-bullying campaigns. Today, Moon Ga-young is much more than that girl in a school uniform from dramas. She's become a reference, an inspiration, and one of the most versatile actresses of the new generation. Her name already circulates among international critics as one of the most promising Korean faces of the decade. And if everything continues as it is, 2025 could be the year when the world finally sees what Korea has known since 2020, that Moon Ga-young was born to shine. Hwang In-yup may not have been the main protagonist of True Beauty, but for many people, he was the real standout of the drama. His character, Han Seo-jun, the bad boy with a soft heart, stole the show with his charisma, melancholic gaze, and that aura of silent suffering that made thousands of fans swoon. But what perhaps no one expected was that after that success, he would make such bold career decisions. Right after True Beauty ended, Hwang didn't settle into roles similar to Seo-jun's, like so many other actors do when a character clicks with audiences. Instead, he sought to reinvent himself. In 2022, he starred in The Sound of Magic, a standout Netflix production, where he played a student tormented between study pressure and the desire to escape reality. The drama divided opinions, but his performance performance was unanimously praised. He demonstrated artistic maturity and proved he could go far beyond the lovesick second lead archetype. Still in 2022, he took on an even more challenging role in Why Her, acting alongside veteran SEO Hyun Jin. There, he played a law student who becomes romantically involved with his professor, a daring plot that generated controversy but also showed his range as an actor. The chemistry between the two surprised even the most skeptical, and once again, Hwang came out applauded by critics. In 2023, he chose to temporarily step away from television. No controversy, no scandal. Just a conscious decision to preserve himself and carefully choose his next steps. During this period, he dedicated himself to intensive acting classes and also began exploring other aspects of the industry, like directing and producing. It was a behind-the-scenes moment of quiet focus, but one that would bear fruit very soon. In 2024, he came back strong in the drama Family by Choice, where he played one of the male protagonists in a moving story about bonds created outside of blood. The plot revolved around two men and one woman who grew up together as if they were siblings, and reunite 10 years later with open wounds and unresolved feelings. His performance was intense, restrained, and extremely human. It was clear that the time away from cameras had refined his delivery as an artist. The drama's success further consolidated his image as a serious, committed, and selective actor. And even while maintaining an active career, he continued to stay away from the spotlight when it came to his personal life. In all interviews, he remained discreet, always reinforcing that the focus was on work. Hwang In-yup was never one to expose relationships, and to this day, he's never publicly confirmed any. This reserved stance increased curiosity around him even more, but also consolidated his image as one of the few actors of the new generation who managed to maintain glamour and mystery at the same time. In 2025, the actor appeared in various advertising campaigns for luxury brands, mainly in the fashion and perfume segments. With his striking face and elegant style, he came to be seen as a true Korean fashion icon. And although he hasn't returned to television with a new drama this year, his name remains strong among the most sought after, both by directors and audiences. There are also rumors that he reportedly turned down a multi-million-dollar proposal to star in a teen drama sequel, claiming he no longer wants to be seen as the high school heartthrob. According to industry sources, he's negotiating his next role in a psychological thriller set to be released in 2026, where he's expected to play a lawyer involved in a criminal case that challenges his own morality. With a trajectory marked by bold choices and very well-planned image construction, Hwang In-yup shows he's not here to be just another pretty face among so many. He wants more. And he's achieving that with consistency, talent, and most importantly, personality. After True Beauty, he could have repeated himself 1,000 times, but he chose to take risks. And it was precisely that risk that made him one of the most interesting actors of the new generation. If you followed True Beauty, it's impossible to forget Lee Soo-ho, and even more impossible to forget the face of the person who brought him to life, Cha Eun-woo. Handsome in an almost surreal way, he became a symbol of perfection in dramas. But those who only look at appearance don't imagine how much this actor and idol worked to build the solid career he has today. When True Beauty aired in 2020, many people still saw Eun-woo merely as Astro's Visual, the K-pop group he was part of. But in that drama, he took an important step in acting. Even with divided criticism, mainly due to the character's emotional rigidity, it was clear there was potential there, and he decided to prove that in the following years. In 2022, Cha Eun-woo starred in Island, an action and fantasy drama that divided audiences but gave him a more physical and intense role. It wasn't high school romance, it wasn't the easy smile heartthrob. He was a demon hunter, tormented by the past and fighting against destiny. It was there that he began to change the public's perception of his abilities as an actor. Later, in 2023, came A Good Day to Be a Dog. Despite the eccentric title, the series pleased fans and featured one of the most talked about kisses of his career. The chemistry with his co-star and his on-screen delivery were highly praised, especially because you could see his maturation, both in acting and in how he handled the script's challenges. He was no longer just the pretty face. He was an artist in growth. Off-screen, Cha Eun-woo also consolidated his image as one of the brand's darlings. Advertising campaigns, magazine covers, award show appearances. He became a mandatory presence in everything involving elegance and glamour. But at the same time, he always maintained a humble and centered posture, far from controversies or arrogant attitudes. In 2024, fans had the chance to see him again in different roles. In the drama Wonderful World, he played a medical student with heavy family traumas, acting alongside Kim Nam-joo. His performance was considered one of his most mature to date, and many critics pointed to this project as a turning point in his career as an actor. Still in 2024, Eun-woo surprised everyone by appearing at events with a look inspired by Clark Kent, Superman's famous alter ego. Speculation immediately began. Was he involved in a superhero project? And the answer came a few months later. Yes, he was cast as the protagonist of an action and fantasy drama with a hero theme, alongside Park Yoon-bin, the star of Extraordinary Attorney Woo. Filming took place in the second half of last year, and according to rumors, the drama should premiere sometime in 2025. But however much his career is on the rise, an important chapter is about to begin in Cha Eun-woo's life. In June 2025, his agency confirmed that the actor is expected to enlist for mandatory military service sometime this year. The exact date hasn't been revealed yet, but everything indicates his temporary farewell from screens is very close. The news, of course, shook fans, mainly because he's at his peak. But as everyone knows, military service is a requirement no Korean man can avoid, and Cha Eun-woo is no exception. In recent interviews, he commented maturely about this moment, saying he sees enlistment as an opportunity to grow personally and disconnect a bit from the rush of fame. What few people know is that behind the scenes, Eun-woo reportedly turned down some long-term projects to be able to prepare emotionally and physically for enlistment. Whether as a singer, actor, or fashion icon, Cha Eun-woo built a career that goes far beyond beauty. And now, as he temporarily says goodbye to the public, he leaves a legacy strong enough that no one will forget. He is indeed one of the biggest names of his generation.